Hello and a warm welcome to you on another episode of Business Africa. I am Afolake Winloye. This week's top stories. West Africa's regional exchange woos investors in London. Ethiopia is set to take a share in Djibouti's port under an agreement reached by both countries. And the Nigerian designer Femi Olayebi pushes for the revival of the country's leather industry. West Africa's regional exchange Bourse Régionale de Valeurs Mobilières (BRVM), which links 8 West African countries with a staple currency, met with UK fund managers and market experts to outline investment opportunity at its BRVM Investment Days 2018. They outlined strategic development on the exchange, including investor-friendly trading and disclosure, working with London Stock Exchange to boost growth companies in the region. Jean-David Mamle and Claire Mutunji took a look at West Africa's linked economies as they offer stability for stock market investors.
West Africa's regional exchange, Bourse Régionale de Valeurs Mobilières (BRVM), recently held the second leg of its international roadshow dubbed BRVM Investment Days 2018 with a one-day forum in London. This follows its successful first show in Johannesburg, where it drew over 100 potential investors. The London Forum delivered insights into the regional economies with a focused combined growth of 6.6% year-on-year until 2021, according to the IMF. The exchange's board chairman said the forum would encourage the development of long-term strategic partnerships between West Africa's Economic Monetary Union and international financial actors, and better knowledge of the bloc, which comprises 8 countries with more than 100 million consumers. BRVM is the 6th largest African stock exchange in terms of market capitalization. Participants in the London Fair showed interest in investing in these West African countries and wish to have more financial information, preferably in English, and on-time information about listed companies in order to better guide their decisions. They also emphasized the need to increase liquidity and boost the debt market to attract more investors.
Edoh Kosi Amenonve is the Director General of the West African Regional Stock Exchange, BRVM, is joining us now to shed more light on that report. Hello, Mr. Amenonve, and I'm glad you could join us on the program. But first of all, I'd like to know, how did London-based business experts receive this mission of yours?
Today, these investors represent about 30% of BRVM investors and make up to 50 trading values on a market. It is therefore natural that we go to our customers who are international and who make a large part of our turnover. That is why we're doing this roadshow, to go not only to present our market development as is, to present to them the situation of our companies, to give them the information they need for their investment decisions. Today, to give you a quick map, the international investors who invest in BRVM are Americans, then British, Luxembourg, and South African funds. It is quite normal that we meet them every year or two.
And how did investors in London Financial Centre react to this initiative?
I think they took them very favorable. First, because Wahamu is one of the most dynamic areas on the continent, with average growth rates of 5.6% over the past 5 years, with growth rates of 6% for this year. They had the opportunity to discuss with us the basics of our economics, production, investment in basic infrastructure for development, monetary policy issues, and fiscal policy issues. International investors need reassurance on the microeconomic framework in which stock exchanges operate. We also took the opportunity in these 2 roadshows to talk about market dynamics, new IPOs, market liquidity, topics that interest them. In any case, they welcome all the initiatives we have taken in recent years to bring new companies to the stock exchange and to boost our market in terms of liquidity.
With the just concluded second leg of its international roadshow in London, are these international investors having a different look on the continent?
In recent years, international investors have had a different view of Africa, particularly in terms of perceived risk to our economies and businesses. Those who have experienced investments in Africa have had significant returns on investment. Without exchange rate fluctuations observed in certain countries to the point of reducing to zero the positive returns they may have had. This is something very important. These investors are convinced of the resilience and sustainability and growth of many African economies.
Well, thank you very much for your input.
Thank you very much.
Ethiopia becomes partner investor in Djibouti Port. The how and why, the details right after this break. Stay with us.